Show. My guest today is Sean Welsh, and we're going to talk about podcast sponsorship opportunities for the Vet SOS podcast. Sean, thanks for stopping by. And yeah, it's great, right? An opportunity to get in front of, especially your ideal people, especially because veterans support veterans, right?
Well, absolutely. Thanks for having me on again, Neil. Yeah, it's we have a very specific audience, right? We got people who are going through that military transition, trying to get out of the military, move into the civilian space, and there's 200,000 people that do it every year. So it's a very large group of people and a very specific group of people that we're targeting.
No doubt, because you think about it with the group of people that that are out there is that if veterans support veterans. So if you sponsor this podcast, Sean, what happens is, especially if you're a veteran owned business or anybody, veterans are going to say, okay, I listened to Sean's podcast. I want to support this business.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I love about it is you have, a tight-knit community with the veteran community. And we like to support each other. We like to support veteran-owned businesses. And we're trying to provide this educational service to the transitioning service members and spouses and even the veteran population as a whole. So really, trying to find sponsors to help us, maintain this mission, cover operational costs, and continue to be able to help educate those coming behind us is really important to us.
100%. And it's important. So what kind of sponsorship packages do you offer for the podcast?
So currently we have sponsorship packages that include us mentioning your name in each episode for a season or running a commercial, and we can work together to create a commercial. We have different spots within the podcast where we can do that, obviously, with the beginning of the podcast or the end of the podcast. We also have spots that we give people on the website, and we can also put logos within the actual recording and things like that. So there's plenty of opportunities to get organizations' names out there.
And there's more opportunities. I'm throwing my hat in the ring saying if you sponsor Sean's podcast, Vet SOS podcast, you'll be a guest on the Neil Haley show as well. Which is an awesome opportunity because you could be a guest on the same show that major celebrities are on. I had someone from again on my show from Styx and Foreigner this week. So
Nice.
plus Evil, the show Evil, and also The Walking Dead. So you could be on that same show, Sean, as Sean's on every week. So Sean, you know that, right? These interviews we do go right on to my syndicated radio show, and you're on that same show during the week, and people get to hear you. And that's a great plus for you, a conversation starter for your business.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we're getting this publicity, and you never know who is going to find you. So that's one thing offered. And I think, Sean, you're talking to local businesses in the specific areas of the country, especially in the Florida region, that want to help this podcast by donating stuff, items, and things like that, right? To have it going.
Oh, absolutely. And we're so happy to be teamed with you, and your generosity to bring people on who want to sponsor us is just absolutely amazing. We love having that support. And we're always looking for, organizations to partner with or organizations to do sponsorship through, organizations that we can help. So between the three different platforms that we're offering right now as far as shows go, we're able to bring more guests on now and give more exposure to different organizations. And as we continue to grow, hopefully we'll be able to bring in more people who want to be a part of the family.
Oh, awesome. All right. And that's the exciting thing. And any more news, you now are launching some new podcast segments on the Vet
Yes.
SOS podcast. So it's not just transition stories. You're telling transition stories, but you're focusing on other things as well. Explain that.
So during the transition process, there's several different ways you can go, but two of the biggest ways that we see service members transition is either going to school, getting their education, or becoming an entrepreneur and starting a business. So we've launched two new spotlights. One is an entrepreneurial spotlight where we bring on veteran and veteran spouse entrepreneurs to talk about their entrepreneurial journey and the tips, the tricks, the pitfalls, what resources they use to help build their business, to help future entrepreneurs in the veteran space really understand some of the things that are going to be ahead of them. And then, of course, the other piece is the veteran educational resource spotlight, where we're talking to colleges and universities and different educational resources so that people can understand what's being offered specifically to veterans on different campuses, which hopefully will allow them to make a better educated decision on where they want to pursue their higher education. So we're really excited about what we got going on there.
I think that's cool looking at the colleges and those opportunities because, Sean, once you transition from the military, there are a lot of opportunities to go back to school to get
Oh yeah,
educated. What are
absolutely. With
not just the 4 year, but also the opportunities for certifications, things like that. I think that people need to look at, especially veterans, that they should go back and maybe become an AI engineer. There's a really great
yeah,
opportunity for them in there or areas because there are colleges, universities, and also certification programs that are covered by the military, right?
absolutely, through your GI Bill or through other resources, there are plenty of ways to get education paid for, and it's the fact that we're able to expand a little bit, and we'll have the Entrepreneur Spotlight airing starting in September, and we'll have the Educational Spotlight starting to air in October. And those will be on the website. You'll be able to pull up each individual one and look at what you want to check out. And of course, it'll be on our YouTube channel as well. But there's so many resources available, and we just want to help you learn about as many as we can.
All right. That was really a fun conversation. Best place people can go is where?
VetSOSpodcast.com. You can find everything about us right there.
All right. You're listening and watching The Neil Haley Show.